Well, hello, it's Friday, so I'm very late for Willy Hats Wednesday Whips, but here I am at last on a lovely sunny day. So sunny I've had to pull the blinds so that my face doesn't get overlit by the sunshine. What a problem to have. Anyway, I hope you're well. And today I'm going to focus on one of my projects that I started last week, the week before, which I'm really loving, and there's lots to talk about. So you might remember I am knitting this jumper for Mr. W, and it's what they call fisherman's rib, and it comes from this, which is knitting brioche, which is not the sweet bun that you would do, but it's a style of knitting that originates in Holland. And this book is written by Nancy Merchant, who is American, but she is sort of like the godmother of brioche knitting. And she was born in America, but it says in the book she went to saw some Dutch knitters and looked at what they were doing, and basically she's taken the brioche knitting, or the fisherman's rib knitting, and created lots and lots of things. So in her book there's lots of different stitches and things like that, most of which I will never use, and I doubt if you will ever use, but it's interesting to see what people do with all these kinds of things. Anyway, what I'm doing, there are some quite nice things you can do with brioche. So when you get two colour brioche, just trying to find one here. So that's a two colour brioche knitting, which is quite nice. That's what I'm doing. Now this is a half a brioche stitch, or a fisherman's rib, which is probably what you've come across before. So basically it involves see that, I don't know whether you can see on there. So on there I've got a loop over, which is yarn over. That's a stitch that's knitted. That's a loop over, that's stitch knitted. And then on the next round you just knit and purl, and it's in a rib as well there. So it's quite similar to some of the slip stitch is used in if you're doing a heel of a sock, or something that needs strengthening, but you do actually put the yarn over the needle so that it looks as though you've got two stitches instead of one, which means that you have to be quite careful in counting your stitches, and also if you go wrong it's very difficult to sort out because you can't work out where you are, especially when you're doing proper brioche as well. So the moral of the story there is not to go wrong. So I just thought I'd show you, because don't know whether you can see here, when I'm doing brioche, or any kind of rib, because it's lots of backwards and forwards with knit and crochet, I actually hold my yarn in my left hand and knit the continental style, so that I can knit there and I'm purling there. There you go. So it's quite easy to knit them and change the direction of the knit. There we go. So that's what I'm doing there. So if I did it with the yarn in my right hand, I could knit there, but then I'm having to change the yarn and throw it over, which I can still do, but I just think it's more efficient doing it the continental style. So there you go. So that's what I'm doing. And this is, I've got it's got a raglan sleeve, so I've started decreasing, and that's the back, and that's the front there. So this lovely, I'll tell you a bit about this lovely yarn. So yes, so there'll be raglan sleeves on the front and back, and sleeves, that'll be nice. The yarn is the Croft from West Yorkshire Spinners, and as you may know, it's one of my favourite producers of yarn. West Yorkshire Spinners, not surprisingly, are based in West Yorkshire, and their ethos is to promote affordable British yarns. There are lots of unaffordable British yarns, but they want to do affordable British yarns. And this is actually a collaboration with Jamieson's and Sons, based in Shetland, because this is 100% Shetland wool. So they buy the wool from Jamieson's and then they dye and spin it in Yorkshire. So that's a lovely combination. So this colourway is called Moss Bank. So it's bits of greens, a bit of orange, a bit of blue, and a bit of sort of a beigey colour. I think it's coming up really nicely. Now some people think that with brioche you should use a plain knit, plain pattern, sort of a plain wool, but I think it works quite well on there. I quite like that, and it's certainly very interesting to knit. Mr. W is looking forward to working with it. So I've got lots more of this to do. and I should be going and doing it soon. In the sunshine, possibly. There we go. So that is my major project for today, or for this week. I have got lots of other things to do because I've got a new course starting on next Thursday, which is looking at stitches for throws, crochet throws. So there's lots of things to do there. So we'll be starting that. And I've got a Fair Isle workshop on the 29th of March if anybody want to come along to that as well. So that'll be fabby. I think that's all for me today. I hope you're having a good time and a good week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.